For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Golden Arrows 2, Kaizer Chiefs 1 in the DSTV Premiership on a Saturday afternoon. Rainy pitch, a little bit difficult to play. I suppose you could say if it was a draw, it would have been a fair result, but good win for Arrows. At least it was worth for their money. They had a strategy, they had a plan. I think Chiefs were naive in defense. They always looked like they were going to concede an opportunity every time they were going forward because they were committing Hlanti and Orib Frosler, which meant that they had like 3 players defending, and that's why they conceded the second goal. This moment of whenever we are taking both of our fullbacks go, and that's exactly what happened. So well done to Golden Arrows. Not that they outplayed Chiefs, they didn't. Whenever they were just going on the final third, the Chiefs, they just looked like they were going to get something, which is something that they drilled. You have minimum opportunities. The small number of times you go to the opposition box, make something out of it, which is something that Polokwane City did against Orlando Pirates. We're not going to dominate the ball, but whenever we go to your final third, we're going to try and get something, and that's exactly what Polokwane City did last night against Orlando Pirates. Tso Vilakazi, our analyst, Orlando Pirates legend for sure. One of the biggest names in the game of football in South Africa for sure. In the PSL era, one of the most recognized names for sure. What do you make of the game, Sitso and so? What did you make of the new Don Gatuma Mina, Kevin Johnson?
Izike kunjalo mfethu. Abulise wena, ubulise uJuna, ubulise Justice, ubulise Machaka. Ngilibulise nane emakhaya, cela support njalo la iDiskiTV. Ngizobeka nje benjalo ngijike futhi. Benza njani operation Thuma mina? Madoda kunzima. Bantu masikuthuma kumele sikunikeze imaterial. Sekuthuma ngahamba nje sikuthuma ngaphetanga next.
Ningayenza manga business so. My time ivume isipani yasivuma. Yafona, hey Tso ngisenkingeni lana man Sundowns in a flop. Do you want to coach this team? Okay, just give me a couple of days, I'll come back to you. Mawubheke lineup Sundowns. They have no experienced players go PSL bonke abadlala bebedlala ku NFD. Mara uyavuma wena ngoba ufuna imali. Yabo. Singayenza manga business uvumile time. We love him of course, but uvumile ba maka coaches are players ezazibona ngamehlo wakhe bazinjani. Umbona uthola izandla enhloko namhlanje. Uthola izandla enhloko ze cross ku moment wrong, pasa ku moment wrong, badlala negative football. Ubancedile futhi half time babuya bengcono because bebe negative babuya umva. They keep on going backwards, yabo. So ivunywe nguwe lo, that's it's your fault, you agreed to it.
Yeah, Mr. Q, I love the coach. Mazivele from Tara nami ngintwana, very good coach. Yeah, the sad part is that Mr. Q sikufaka isinowini laphana sithi uvule indlela sikunikeza umchanyelo ngoba sendlini angeke uzisuse isanti lapha ngeke ususe lapha nesinowo. That's a sad part. See,
Mara uvume wena.
Yes, Mr. Q, it's kunjalo Mr. Q. Abantwana bafuna ukudla Mr. Q. So when unikeza opportunity, you always gonna try and do your best. You know, the sad part is that ukuthi that's Chiefs. Ina umchanyelo kumele achanyela avule indlela lapha na snow, and that's gonna be very difficult for him to do that. And let me start by saying well done to Mabuti Kanyeza. Well done coach. I said we have time ukuthi if you guys you can come to the party, then you're gonna win the game. But even so dlala the way bendlala ngakhona first half is gonna be a draw. Ngoba first half they didn't show anything, man. Ngathi Arrows came in, you know. But second half you came with a very smart plan, and that caught Chiefs off guard every time when you get a ball. Is that you call them flat, you call them 1v1, 3v3 or 3v4, but flat where they can't even adjust themselves to Chiefs in defense where they can block you guys, and it worked very well for you guys. And look at how Ulonduzano lost the ball, but the positioning of your players, Coach Ulonduzano Okanyeza, they were in the right spot at the right time, and the experience of CB at the captain. I mean, delaying laphana kunjabula because another player thinking because what Maka to cut at a 30 shot, but we were delay and then late for Unox. And not once, not twice, but every time when Chiefs were attacking, they were always caught squared. Everyone they are on the no man's land, then you'll find those spaces in between, and your players they use those spaces very, very well.
What do you think of the pitch? Would you think that that's a valid argument to say ukuthi even if they had a plan, it was always going to be very difficult for him, coach? What do you think he was trying to do today, Coach Kevin Johnson?
No, Kevin Johnson, for me, he tried to let me play it safe. It's my first game. Yes, these boys, I didn't have much time to prepare the team. So I'll try to play it safe as much as I can. That's why I was playing ngabo bayitrela phana uMati uMthethwa nayo Castillo, of which for me look, any coach can do that, Mr. Kewu. Your first game you want to save, you don't want to concede, you always want to make sure that you keep the ball as much as you can, because when you've got the ball it means the opponent they can't score. You need to get the ball first before they can score. But now you've got the ball in the wrong areas, and your players, in terms of opening, when the other ones got the ball, it was also a question mark for me, because Maba Idlala Emova still have got a problem where Mayagu goes, no one is opening.
Peterson.
I mean, sorry. Peterson, sorry, Falakit, sorry, my boy, sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Sorry, boy. Sorry. Please forgive me. Peterson, every time he Malagwe, he always have one option, or actually not even either. His option was always the talk. And now you ask yourself, where's the defensive midfielder? Umthetwa come in also. Will open up Lapaya, and also have those full backs also need to open up so that it can also easier for him to chip it, behind the clock. But it was always tough for Peterson Uguti. Mabamdala back, then he needs to take a right decision. That's why he end up second half doing what? Kicking the ball every time. Even when you see good, but now no. And then let's see who's gonna open up. But it was tough. For him, yes, he made a mistake. First half that cost the goal. But second half, he made a good save. He made a very, very good save. You could see even the way we are landa. He's there for the team. Unfortunately, he's learning in the hard way, Mr. Kew. He's learning in the hard way. He conceded the goal. He came back to defend and say, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm here for you guys. And he will learn from that, and he will grow. The lucky thing about keepers is that they matured when they're over 30. When they get to about 32, 33, that's where they matured. They can take anything.
So into enzima with Peterson is that kwakukho intwana abayibiza uGianluigi Donnarumma. He was a highly rated young player. He kept like AC Milan in a 17. Landwana is a prodigy. Lando yoba umntana abentswembu emncinci. Bena 17 bentswembu. Was a star. The problem was that ku national team Italy bekukho uGianluigi Buffon. With these guys who are people's heroes, about Buffon, bafana nezembe that lingers. So if the coach makes a decision, you know what, I'm moving forward. Ngo Donnarumma, ngimbeke ecaleni, uBuffon. Every mistake he makes, it's happening even with Arsenal. The camera goes to Ramsdale, Magenza mistake Uraya. Every mistake he makes. I make that example because eventually, and he has a better lindo no Buffon, because you 42 you had your chance when una 17 now back niki chance yako what a little 20 years. Now there are little children who have to be given a chance, and ulizembe you are lingering in the futures of these kids. Itumeleng Khune will linger on these players about a goalkeeper replacement with Chiefs until he's not there anymore. This does not mean he's not a good goalkeeper. It doesn't mean that he's not been great, he's not had a great career, Mzansi's number one, all of that. The World Cup 2010, Itumeleng Khune must have been maybe 23. And the goalkeeper on 23 ngumntana nje. Ingane goalkeeper on 23. But they gave him until of the red card against Uruguay. They gave him no one. There was nothing. There was no Zembe lingering. Every time he makes a mistake, Nangu Fernandez, Nangu Paron. No, there was no ex lingering. Abe ghost. These kids now are trying to establish themselves. That's why when you learn the hard way, because you are learning on the job. Of course, if you're not good enough, we can sell you. But lendo yokuthi nalo umthengayo naye makayenza mistake iCamera reverse ukhona nabantu barenga ngokhona. That's why I'm so happy that Bati it's his last contract. I'm like I will never hate Ukhona. In fact, in the last 10 years, he's probably one of my top 5 favorite players. But I can see it for what it is. Igama lakhe lisinda lamajita because every single time ends a mistake uBrandon Peterson Camera Itumeleng Khune. Nabantu barenga Itumeleng Khune. So there's nothing wrong. Yabona so the way that you in the Peterson, you are analyzing his mistake and which is beautiful. But the idea that every time Magan's a mistake, is exactly why I'm starting to dislike it. Like it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth that now this guy, he's 36, 37 years old. Began a career at 23. There was no one disrupting his development. Manje, he is now the ghost for other players. I don't know what you think about that. But I think that's my opinion on that issue. If you think Brandon Peterson is not good enough, Chiefs is Itumeleng Khune has been extended for his final contract. They had to say it to people because they keep on talking about it. They bring it up. I remember we used to shoot not far away from here in Mbuza. Itumeleng Khune to Pirates, and then I don't know how many videos we've shot about this one topic. It just lingers, and these guys can never have a free career. The Chiefs, of course, you're supposed to have competition, but it always goes back to Itumeleng Khune.
Mr. These boys, they need to learn, and they need to look at their reality. They taking a position, who was playing in that position, what he did in that position, and they need to pick up from where he left. I think I will also say to the players, you guys also pull up your socks also. We cannot take it away from Ukhune, what he did very well. Yeah. For him to be there, I will say, from my experience being a player, for me, I will be happy to have an experienced player that is here next to me. A person that I will ask him, hey Baba, when things are like this, how do you come out of that that heated kitchen? Because so let be an advantage for Peterson. Not a bit disadvantage. Now Ukhune is there. He needs to learn from Ukhune. Ukhune did this, then go in advice. But it's just that how everyone I agree with you, Mr. Keu. It's said that when you make a mistake, now they need to look at Ukhune, and now obviously it's gonna put pressure on you, Gakul. Instead of Ukhune must be somebody that helps you to overcome those problems and look forward, because I like that what he did. First half he made a mistake. Second half he said, no guys, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, but now I'm here. And he defended very well. He saved the ball that was almost inside. So to me it says he's got guts. You look, he's learning in the hard way, he's gonna come back strong.
All right. So yeah, happy ending. Donnarumma is a goalkeeper currently playing for a PSG and is also the number 1 Italy. So that had a happy ending. At the beginning it was difficult because Buffon just refused to go away. How many years do you need in football? 20, 30, 40? At some point there needs to be new blood. So well done to Donnarumma. Now at some point he's going to have to leave for other players as well. iDiskiTV, iDiskiTimes, was Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.